What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and welcome to another episode of Printing Money. Now, if you watched the first two episodes, you know how I created the concept. You know who I was going to be selling these shirts to. And if you watched the last one, you've seen my whole design process. How I use that focus group to get that constructive criticism, and how I use it to dial in the design. Now in this one right here, we're going to be talking about research and development still, but now we're getting to the fun stuff. We went through the whole process of what we wanted to create, and then we turned it into something that's an actual mock-up of what it's going to look like on a t-shirt. Now I'm actually going to be pressing it onto a t-shirt. So anytime that I create a new design, the first thing I do is I create one using heat transfer vinyl and a t-shirt for myself. So I wear extra large all style 1701 t-shirts. I'll pull one of those off of my rack. I'll grab whatever color heat transfer vinyl, send it through my Cameo, and cut out one t-shirt. The reason I do this is because I need to test out the design before I order transfers. This is all part of me not wasting money to make money. Now, most of you guys already know this and you hear me say it all the time, but that's what I use my Cameo vinyl cutter for mostly, just to test out designs. There's nothing worse than me being super into a design that I created, and I feel in my heart that it's gonna make me millions because I created it, I spent all this time on it. So I say, screw testing it out, let me just order some transfers and get the ball rolling so I can start selling this thing. The issue there is I have no idea if people will actually buy it. I'm going based off of my gut feeling, but you have to remember, everything that I design myself for myself is a winner. Obviously, if I made it, I feel like it's gonna do good. I put my best and my all into this thing, but until you put it out into the market, you'll never know if it's really gonna sell or not. And trust me, I've spent thousands of dollars on wasted transfers and wasted t-shirts going based off of my gut feeling. And it's the most humbling feeling in the world, because here's something that you're investing a bunch of money into, you're buying the transfers or you're pre-printing t-shirts, and then when you put it out to the market, nobody cares. So in order to eliminate all of that, I make one t-shirt with heat transfer vinyl and I wear it around. That's all it is. So if that design doesn't work, all I wasted was one t-shirt and a little bit of vinyl. I can accept that loss, but I cannot accept a loss of hundreds of thousands of dollars going all in on an idea that I have no idea I can sell. So if you watched that last episode, you know that I did praying hands with the churro in the middle for the left chest print. Cut that on vinyl. And when I design stuff like this, I always keep vinyl in mind, and I hate weeding. So what I do is I leave a lot of negative space. So in the hand, there's a lot of negative space. There's some veins and shadows and stuff like that, but I like to be able to weed up in one big pass. I hate weeding the small details. Sometimes I forget them. Sometimes I'm peeling up stuff I'm not supposed to. So the finer detail stuff, I hate weeding up. So in the design process, I like to make sure that I keep a lot of negative space and then use my shadows and details as the positive space. So when I peel it up, it peels up in one big piece and I don't have to go in and just get into every single small detail. That just helps. So in the hands and the churro, most of it peels up in one pull. Now, the back print says in loving memory, arched over, and stacked up underneath it says, of all the churros I'm about to eat. Standard Old English font. I found the font that I liked. Everything's in lowercase letters. Everything's placed exactly the way I want it to. Pretty easy. Cut that out, slam it on the back of the t-shirt, and the praying hands with the churro on the front of the t-shirt. If you watched the very first episode, you know that I am selling these t-shirts to Disneyland goers. This is my target audience. I know exactly who I want to sell to. I designed something specifically for a certain group. Now it's go time. Me and my family have annual passes to Disneyland, and we're going to Disneyland. I make the t-shirt so I could wear it to Disneyland and see what people's reactions will be, so I have a better idea. And when I say reactions, I'm talking about everything from somebody reading the shirt and laughing and giggling, to somebody giving me a thumbs up, to the physical interactions with people of somebody coming up to me and saying, hey, where'd you get that shirt? Hey, that's a cool shirt. I like your shirt. Where'd you buy it? Where can I order it? This is the data that I bring back home. Mentally, I see it. You can always hear people laugh and giggle around you. Since the saying is on the back of the t-shirt, when I'm standing in line, people could read it. You could hear people chattering about it and say, hey, look at that shirt. That's a cool shirt. All of this stuff I'm aware of, and that's what I bring back home. So press the shirt up. I'm getting ready to go to Disneyland. Like I said, Disneyland is the big umbrella that I want to sell to, right? That's the group of people. And then I narrow it down to Disneyland foodies. And then I narrow that down even smaller to a specific group of food, like the churro is who I want to sell to, right? So Disneyland, Disney being the big group, and then Disneyland foodies, the smaller subgroup, and then smaller than that is Disneyland goers that are into churros. So I have the person I want to sell to, I have the group I want to sell to, I have the whole genre of people that I want to sell to. When I say narrow down your target audience, that's what I'm talking about. If I just said I want to sell to people at Disneyland, I'd be all over the place. But when you narrow it down to a smaller group, it's easier for you to really attack a certain group. This is the process that goes through my head whenever I'm thinking of different concepts or different designs. I have a certain group in mind of who I want to sell this to. So me and my wife and kids head down to Disneyland. Wife and kids are going to have a good time, eat some food, ride some rides. Me and my wife are going with a specific mission in mind. I need to get the reactions from people reading my shirt, so I know I could sell shirts here. Get out the car, walk into the tram. There's already people reading the shirt, laughing, giggling, asking me where I got it. This is good news. Get onto the tram. People on the tram laughing, giggling, asking me where I got it. Really good news. Getting off the tram to the front gate. We haven't even made it into the park yet. There's been security guards and people laughing at the shirt, asking about the shirt, complimenting the shirt. This is the reaction that I want. These are all positive reactions, right? Now we're into the parks. Kids are doing their thing. Me and my wife doing our thing, walking around. And I'm walking around purposely to show off the t-shirt. I need people to see the shirt so I can see if people are really into it. So I'm not wearing a backpack. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just walking everywhere around the park with no destination in mind. I'm just walking. I need everybody in the park to see this. So you have everybody from security guards to cast members to families that are tourists from out of state. There's people that are other annual pass holders. There's Disneyland influencers. There's all kind of people coming up to me, complimenting the shirt, asking about the shirt, pointing at the shirt, chatting about the shirt. This is all positive feedback. This is what I need. In any brand that I do, any business that I do, I need this real world interaction to know if something's going to be good. Because like I said, when you put something out into the market, if you do it blindly, it's a hard sell. But I have a little bit of research done now that I know that there's a market for this shirt. There's no shirt like this floating around Disneyland currently. Like I said, everybody makes these lighthearted, fun type of Disney t-shirts. I went the opposite route. I played on a very, very old school, rest in peace t-shirt design and incorporated churros into that design because it's geared towards Disneyland. See how that all works? It all starts up here. It's just the thought, and then you build on the thought. But now the thought is onto a physical t-shirt. I brought it to life, and now I'm walking amongst the people that are gonna be buying. These are the potential customers. So it's weird. A lot of times people will say, hey, how do I test out designs? And I'll tell them, all right, make one for yourself and wear it around. And they're thinking, all right, you know, I made this t-shirt that's made for, I don't know, let's say somebody that drives a Mustang. You should be going to where all the people that drive Mustangs hang out. Car meets, car shows, car swap meets. All of these things should be where you want to wear this t-shirt to, right? But if you make this t-shirt that's made for people that drive Mustangs and you say, all right, I'm gonna go wear this out in public, and you're just walking down your street on the sidewalk where there's really nobody, your target audience isn't there, you're not gonna get the reactions that you need. You have to know where your target audience lives, where they hang out. You have to do your research and figure that part out because that's who you're going to be selling to. So if I knew I go to Disneyland all the time with my family because we have passes, and then I know that I want to sell t-shirts in this space, now I need to make something for these people. So what I'm doing is I'm making something specifically for a group within these Disneyland goers. And then if I want to test the design out, I go to Disneyland where the Disneyland goers are going because these are the potential customers. You get what I'm saying? I need the data from them. Not from just, I'm gonna wear this churro t-shirt walking down the sidewalk and I'm out in public technically, but there's not a lot of foot traffic there or my target audience isn't there. See what I mean? You have to go to where your target audience is at to get the reactions that you need because these are the people you're selling to. So within this one trip to Disneyland, from the parking lot to being inside the park, I've got a bunch of positive reactions that I need to know, all right, boom, let's order these transfers, it's a go. But before setting everything up to sell and stuff like that, I still need the product. I need to order my transfers, order my blank t-shirts, set up the website. There's still a lot of stuff put in play. The research and development phase is done. I've got everything I needed. Now it's time to market this thing, and now it's time to get it out to the people. I hope this video helps anybody out that's thinking about what they can use their vinyl cutter for, or why do I need a vinyl cutter if I'm just going to be ordering transfers. These Cricuts and Cameos go from anywhere from like 200 to 300 bucks. It's an investment, but at the same exact time, you could use it to do custom t-shirts, cut decals, stuff like that. But what I mainly use mine for is just to test things out. And investing the $200, $300 on this vinyl cutter saved me thousands of dollars, because if I didn't test anything out, I'd be buying all these transfers for designs that I'm making and then just crossing my fingers hoping that somebody's gonna buy it. But instead of doing that, I just test the design out with the vinyl cutter, and now I get real world interactions and data on if a design's gonna work or not. So then that way I can go and buy transfers if it's gonna be a banger, or I could just scrap the whole idea if nobody even cared about that t-shirt. It's putting small things like this in place for your business to help you not waste money so you can make money. I say this all the time, but do not go broke trying to get rich. It's easy to do within this business because we get caught up in our own heads. We're like, oh, you know what? I need to buy this, or I need to do this. I need to order 1,000 transfers of this, or I need to order, 500 Kelly Green t-shirts because of an idea that you had. But then not knowing that maybe everybody you're selling t-shirts to don't wear Kelly Green t-shirts. So instead of wasting all that money trying to make money, operate a little bit smaller and slower and test things out, so that way you can make a better purchase on what to actually invest in that's gonna be bringing you a lot more money in-house. All right, if you got any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, Big Brando TV. Appreciate everybody for watching this series. I'm gonna start putting it into a playlist, so then that way everything's in order and it's on there. But I appreciate everybody that actually rocks with the Printing Money series. All right, catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.